How do I make my children stop talking? Do not understand. You might hear them like 500 times in the background. And if you want to know what this is, it is me strategically hiding giant messes. Anyways, so when I got married to Ashley, I was a size 8 in the US, which makes me like a size 12, I think, UK. And when I had Penny and Rio, which are the older ones, I both times got back to my pre-baby weight within like 9 months. Then I started having problems. Really, I mean, I'd already had problems, but I started having really bad problems with my joint. I had back surgery. I had surgery to remove my gallbladder, and I just started packing on weight. And since we've been in quarantine, I'm at the heaviest I've ever been. I'm heavier now than I was anytime I've been having a baby. Like, going into the hospital to have a baby. So I decided I've got to change that. The best way for me to do things is to, I guess, publicly shame myself. My kids will never be quiet. Anyways, so today is day 1. To give you some statistics on exactly what we're dealing with, I made a chart. These are the areas that I'm gonna actually like worry about. I've made a spreadsheet, which I will probably put on the screen because that might be a little bit easier, where basically I've got my weight and everything. I will have to stop this 400 times because my children never stop fighting. Never. They fight each other 100 times a day. Also, I just want to make some notes. I have on no makeup, my hair is not done, but I actually feel okay. Like, and I'll get to that in a minute. Anyways, I've got a chart. Right now, on the 24th of June, I weigh 238 pounds, according to the scale that I brought up from downstairs. When I weighed myself downstairs, I weighed 14 pounds less than I do upstairs. Don't know what that means. But anyways, I'm keeping the scale there, so that's the weight we're going with. Okay? My waist is 40 inches. Oh, this is horrible. I cannot believe that I'm saying this in public. My left thigh is 26 inches, my right thigh is 25 inches. Weird. My left arm is 15 and a half, and my right arm is 16 inches. My band, which is like a real problem area for me, is the way that they measure it, like, gentlemen, the bra shop. They measure from here to here, like all the way around, was 41 inches, which was very triggering. And my hips were 47. My neck was 14.6, and my bust, which is the level all the way around, was 46.5. Some other stats I thought I should include. I've had 3 children. I was 21 when I had the first one, 23 when I had the second one, 27. Yes, 27 when I had the third one. This is like Holly from the future. I'm also 5 foot 11 and a half inches tall. I would like, my main concerns, I'd like my band size to be, I'd like to be 36 inches, have a 36-inch band, and I'd like to have 37 to 39-inch hips. 37 is where I was pre-having children. I realize that might not be possible. I think 39 is, because after having had 2 children, I did have that. I had 39-inch hips at one point. So I think that is feasible and reasonable considering and adjusting for the children I've had. And this is what I'm doing. The 28-day Chloe Ting Summer Shred 2020. I am removing processed carbohydrates, so no more bread, no pasta, all that stuff from my diet. I'm still gonna eat fruit. I'm gonna try to stop having fruit about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I've really sort of ramped up the protein. So I had some dairy-free yogurt with protein powder mixed in, which makes it like very moussey, and some like nugget things. And I'm really full now. A couple of other things I'm gonna do, continuing to run every day. And if I can't run, because sometimes my joints are worse than others, I'm gonna do like my walking, and I make sure I get 10,000 steps a day. This is day 1. I've done the shred. My body feels limp, and at the end of the 28-day shred, we will see where I am in my ultimate goal, to be 10 inches less ginormous around. I just spilled my heart out and I forgot to hit record. Do you want to tell me what that crap is about? I thought I'd note this. I have a really unhealthy relationship with food, mainly because I don't think I was planning on sharing it, but I felt really compelled right now. It's no one's fault. I think it's just like what was happening. I grew up in that weird time in the early 2000s where like all of the models and everything were really thin, and like you had teachers and people around you who would comment about your weight, and that was totally fine, and you had to do that horrible presidential fitness test. Does anyone else remember that? Have I made this up in my head? I have to say, I can't remember her last name, hold on. Beatrice Caruso. She brought this up because she ran a mile every day, right? For like 21 days or something. She brought up that presidential fitness test, and it was that I realized I was so triggered, like honestly, because the same exact thing happened. We all got broken up into like groups, and I didn't find out until later that it was based on how out of shape they knew we were. And we had to run around the track, and our track was a 1/4 mile, so we had to run it 4 times. It was humiliating. I ran a 14-minute mile. I remember it. I'll never forget it. I also am pretty sure I died and had to be revived. I remember a couple people in particular who I won't call out by name, but they were so nice about it, even though they smoked me. I remember this kid ran like an 8-minute mile. I'm over here like twice that, and he was like, "You did so good, blah, blah, blah." I was telling my husband about him the other day because he's still a star. My weight has gone everywhere. I have been to those clinics where you get the B12 shot in the butt and all that stuff. I have done keto and lost a load of weight, and I've done it and gained it back. I have done fitness challenges with my work. I have decided that I didn't care anymore and ate whatever I wanted to. I make a lot of jokes about food because I'm self-conscious. I have like an insurmountable appetite. I also get like really sick from a lot of different kinds of food, and part of me doesn't, because like I've never had a diagnosis about like what's going on. I go through these cycles where I just say, forget it. If they say there's nothing wrong with me, then there's nothing wrong with me, and I can eat whatever I want to. I have some kind of like food addiction, I think. But that all sounds really dramatic, and nobody likes drama. I was just saying. My dad has type 2 diabetes. He died of complications from that type 2 diabetes. He was not particularly overweight, and there is reasons to believe and suggest that his complications from his type 2 diabetes and how aggressive and bad it got, as well as my connective tissue disorder and a birth abnormality that my brother experienced, is a result of my dad being exposed to Agent Orange in Vietnam. I say that only to include just like a little bit of history, because I want everyone to be super, 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 super clear here. We are all made differently. And I'm not saying you need to go out and get a personal trainer. In fact, I'm amazed at the amount of free content available on the internet and how you can adapt things and be like so specific to your needs without ever spending a dime. I really think this is going to be beneficial to me. But I have had to make, I mean, like even in the first workout, I had to make a load of adjustments because I couldn't move that way. Because I have what I have and my problems are my problems. And that's just how it is. So I'm not saying that you should go out and cut carbs and exercise twice a day, like a 28-day challenge. But if you want to see what happens to my big old booty, why not? Why are millennials so weird? Like, why are we so weird? What weird universe culminated into an entire generation that has some kind of issue? Like, we all have some kind of issue, and they're totally legit. I am not saying they're not, every single one of them, but how on this planet has all of the universe just culminated into something ridiculous? Okay? This is day 1. That's where we are. Come back tomorrow for day 2's video. Maybe I'll show you some cringy videos of me working out. If you want to see this progressively get less cringy, subscribe and hit the old like button. So the algorithm, we all know about the algorithm. I will get better at this outro thing. And the intro thing, to be fair. I don't have one of those either. Just not today!